Hey there girly, it's Coach Kristen here. Today we are going to be helping you set up your eyelash extension practical exam kit. So as far as supplies, I'm going to go over everything and show you everything, how we're going to label everything, put everything in the bag, and also supplies that you will need in order to create and make your eyelash extension kit for your practical lash exam. So please make sure, if you've already taken you have to take your written exam before you take your practical lash exam, okay? So if you've already taken your written, then you are good to go ahead and watch this video, and that way you can understand everything that's going to be needed for your practical exam, okay? But under your module of your written exam and under this module as well, there's going to be a supply checklist for your practical exam. So make sure and scroll under this video after you watch the video. That way you can check off your practical exam lash kit supply checklist, so that way you can make sure you get all the supplies that you need in order to make your exam and go and take your practical exam and pass, okay? So this video is going to be very thorough, like I said, over everything that we need to buy supply wise and how to set up our actual kit, okay? So I'm going to actually unbag everything so that way we can go buy what's going to go in your kit, okay? Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting so confused. And this is why I have notes, so that way I can make sure that we go over everything the exact way that it needs to be. So that way there's no hiccups, no nothing, okay? So, okay girly, so it is important to know that PSI is very specific about what is labeled in your kit and what is not labeled, okay? So if you end up labeling things that aren't supposed to be labeled, you will lose points. If you do not label things that are supposed to be labeled, you will lose points. So please make sure that you pay attention to everything that I say is labeled and not labeled, and that way you can make sure, like I said, that all of your T's are crossed, I's are dotted, okay? So first off, we're gonna need a box, okay? This box is a 18 by 11, okay? So you wanna make sure that you get a box, that way this fits all of our stuff that we need for our exam, okay? So all of these supplies I got at Dollar General. I did not wanna go to Walmart, I didn't wanna go to anywhere else to go and get these supplies. I went to Dollar General to get everything. Alrighty, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to unpack our lash kit. I'm going to unpack everything. We're going to go over all the supplies that are needed for our practical lash extension exam, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to pack everything in the bags and pack everything in our kit for you to go and take your state board exams, okay? So let's go ahead and undo our box. And you do need a box with a lid, okay? So please make sure to get a lid. We're gonna take everything out first. So we are gonna be creating 3 separate bags for our lash exam kit. So we're gonna take everything out first. I'm gonna put this on the floor. But we're gonna need a bin to hold all of our stuff. Okay, obviously we're gonna need Ziploc baggies as well. So we're gonna need Ziploc baggies. So you will want to get some freezer gallon ones, because these are, you want to make sure it can hold all of your stuff, because you have to close these. Every bag has to be closed except your mannequin head bag. Okay, because obviously, but okay, so oh my gosh, I forgot. Ziploc baggies. Make sure and get you Ziploc baggies. You want to get the big size one and the standard size ones for like our tweezers and glue rings, because you don't want to be stuffing everything in those big bags, okay? So make sure and grab you Ziploc baggies, okay? Also, you're going to need a label maker. I ordered this label maker from Amazon. I will link it below. It was 20 bucks. Super easy to use. You just download the app with this, and you can print out your labels that you need to label your bags, label your kit, because we do have to label our bags and our kit as well. So label maker. So the first thing that we need for our practical lash exam kit is going to be our box, and this does need to be labeled pre-sanitized, okay? My my stickers that I made for my label maker, I made them a little small, so I'm really sorry. I'm going to put them up close to the camera, as that way you can see them as good as you need to, so that way you can go, because you need to make sure, like I said, you get your label maker, and then you need to label our bags, okay? So our first bag is going to be our pre-examination setup and disinfection. So let me show you this. Pre-examination setup and disinfection, okay? So you're gonna need your Ziploc bag for this, okay? And we're gonna take out our items one at a time. So you are going to need a water bottle labeled EPA disinfectant. Okay, so continuing on with our pre-examination setup and disinfection bag, we are gonna keep going through our items in here. So first we need our EPA disinfectant, okay? Now in this, you can put water, you can put your EPA, they don't care, but you need to have a water bottle labeled EPA disinfectant, okay? And make sure you get a smaller one. I got the big one and it doesn't really fit all the way in this bag. So make sure you get a smaller one, okay? You will also need tape. Now you can use duct tape or you can use, this tape. However, you want to make sure that whenever we put our tape, because we are going to have to tape our trash bag to our area, you want to make sure that the tape holds good, because if your trash bag falls, then your exam is forfeited. You can't pick it back up. Also make sure you bring extra trash bags if that is the case, okay? So we need some heavy duty tape. We're also going to need paper towels labeled paper towels, okay? Alrighty, you are also going to need a trash bag, and it does need to be labeled trash bag. Okay, so you're going to need a trash bag, and you need to label it trash bag as well on there, okay? Then you're going to need, if you're going to be using, so this tape has, this is a disposable tape, but if you end up using heavy duty tape, you're going to need some scissors as well, okay? And then, last but not least for this bag, you're gonna need your hand sanitizer, okay? Now, if you get a bottle that's already labeled hand sanitizer, you're good to go. You don't need to label it again. But if you get a bottle that doesn't say hand sanitizer on it, then make sure to make a label and go ahead and label your bottle hand sanitizer, okay? Now, this is everything that's gonna go in our pre-sanitized setup and disinfection bag. So we are gonna put all of this back in. Disinfection bag. We are going to put all of these items in here, okay? So put your trash bag, labeled trash bag, put your work scissors, put your tape, okay, hand sanitizer, our paper towels, labeled paper towels in a separate bag, and our water bottle labeled with our EPA disinfectant. Set up nice and neat when I first did it. Now it's all okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So like I said, make sure you get the smaller water bottle, that way it fits. Okay, so put everything in your pre-sanitized, your pre-disinfected, pre-examination setup and disinfection kit. Sorry, golly. And we're gonna put this in our Lash kit. Okay, that's our first bag and it's done. So now our second bag is our eyelash extension application service. Okay, so now we're going to go over everything that's included in this bag. So in this bag, we're going to need our tray of lashes, our makeup wipes, our adhesive, labeled adhesive, make sure and label your adhesive. Okay, so continuing on with our eyelash extension service bag, we are going to have our gel eye pads. Okay, make sure and grab you a couple of eye pads. You don't need to label these. Okay, but you do need to label your tweezers, and this will be labeled pre-sanitized instruments. Okay, so make sure and grab you 4 pairs of tweezers. You never know what can happen during your examination test. And also have a pair of small work scissors as well. Okay, that's what goes in this bag. Now we also are going to need our glue rings. These are gonna be in a separate bag, but these are not labeled. Do not label your glue rings. Don't label your iPads. Okay, then we have towels. We're gonna need 2 towels. And we have another thing of paper towels, labeled paper towels. Alrighty, so this is everything needed for our eyelash extension application service. Okay, now the reason why we need 2 towels is because you're going to need one to lay down on your actual while you're working, and then you're gonna need another towel to head wrap your mannequin, okay? So make sure that way we know we can put this on the head. We're not gonna touch our mannequin or our client or anything like that, okay? So this is what our 2 towels are for. One to lay your mannequin head on, and then one to drape your mannequin head while you are completing your classic extension application service, okay? So, and then like I said, our bag of paper towels labeled paper towels, all right? So this is everything needed for our eyelash extension application service. So we're gonna put everything back in and go over it again, okay? Alrighty, so now again, everything that we just took out of our eyelash extension application service bag, we are gonna put back in, okay? So remember, we need our 2 towels. 2 towels. Okay, we need our makeup wipes. Okay, so we're not going to do a lash bath when you're testing, but they want to make sure that you know you're supposed to clean the eyes before application. So this is what our makeup wipes will be. You do not need to label these. Okay, don't label your towels either. Okay, you're going to need your tray of lashes. You cannot bring your lash towel. You're just going to do three classic lashes. So you're going to need your classic lashes. Don't label your lash tray, but remember you do need to label your adhesive. Label it as your glue, okay? Paper towels, labeled paper towels. Okay, your iPads, make sure and grab you a couple. I'm just gonna put 2 in there, but if you just make 2, 3, 4, okay? Just always wanna be prepared, have extra, okay? Glue rings in our bag or your jade stone, it does not need to be labeled, okay? So just toss these in there. And then remember your pre-sanitized instruments, labeled pre-sanitized instruments. These are our 4 pairs of tweezers and our work scissors. Okay, and this is everything needed for our eyelash extension application service. So now this bag is gonna go in our kit. Okay, your next bag is going to be your mannequin head. All right, now for your mannequin head, the bag does not need to be closed, all right? However, remember, you do need to have your strip lashes on your mannequin before you go to test. So these strip lashes, so please make sure that if you have your practice strip lashes on your mannequin before you go to, and your mannequin, please remember as well, your mannequin must be clean. It must be brand new, okay? If it's not clean, you will get points deducted. Mine looks all wonky because I've already tested. I don't need to go get my license, but I'm just showing this for your purpose of setting up your kit, okay? But please make sure you have your practice strip lashes that you get from Amazon. You probably already have these. Make sure to set up your mannequin with your practice strips already on. You can't take these to the exam with you, so please make sure that your mannequin is good to go, all right? We're gonna put this in the Ziploc bag, and remember, you don't need to close this one. Okay, and then this goes in our exam kit, all right? Now, moving on to our final bag, okay? This bag, alrighty, so our next bag is going to be labeled Blood Exposure Incident Service. And we also are going to need to print out a biohazard. I just printed this out from Google, and so you're gonna have to label the inside bag, so label your first bag. Excuse me, let me take these out, that way you can see what I'm showing you. Okay, so your first bag needs to be labeled Blood Exposure Incident Service, okay? Then you're gonna have a bag labeled in there with your biohazard, okay? You're gonna just print this out from Google, tape this to this bag, okay? But you're also gonna have a blood exposure kit, and that needs to be labeled a blood exposure kit, okay? So please remember, you are going to be doing a blood exposure incident. We went over this in your written part of your exam. So if you are like, what's a blood exposure? Girl, you shouldn't be like that, because we've already studied over this, okay? So please make sure that you understand this is gonna be a part of your practical exam, okay? Is what happens if you accidentally cut your client, drop your tweezers, something, okay? So we're gonna go over what you need in this bag, and this is the last bag that you need to complete your lash kit, okay? So what you're gonna need, what goes inside this bag is our gloves, okay? So you're gonna need some vinyl gloves, okay? You can get these, like I said, I got everything from Dollar Tree, all right? So you're gonna need some gloves. Put a couple of pairs in there. You could put 2 or 3 or 4. Like I said, if anything falls during your test, you can't pick it up. Alright, so we're gonna start off with everything needed in our blood exposure incident service bag, okay? So, gloves. Have you a couple of pair, like I said, if anything falls, it's just always good to have backups, alright? Then we're also gonna have our blood exposure kit. Now, in this bag, we are going to have, you are gonna have some gauze, okay? Some gauze. Band-aids, okay? Sorry, no, I showed them that way. Band-aids. And you also are going to need alcohol wipes, okay? Now, what I did was I purchased this first aid kit from Dollar General, okay? But the alcohol wipes that were in here were not labeled alcohol wipes. They were labeled hand wipes. So don't take any chances. Let's go ahead and label them alcohol wipe. Okay, so again, all of those go in your blood exposure kit, all right? Now, the last bag that you need is, like I said, you're gonna need a Ziploc bag labeled biohazard. Print this out from Google and then just tape this to your Ziploc bag. But inside this bag, we are going to put another Ziploc bag, okay? So we're gonna double this up. And you need to make sure that after you throw away, so after you do your blood exposure incident for your exam, everything like your gauze, your band-aids, your gloves, everything that you use, tweezers, whatever was contaminated, you're gonna put that in the second part of this bag. So make sure and put all of your trash, everything in the second part of this blood exposure bag, okay? Alrighty, so for our blood exposure incident service, all of this is gonna go in this Ziploc baggie, okay? So your gloves go in here. You don't have to label your gloves, just put them in your bag, okay? Your alcohol wipes, your gauze, and your band-aids. All of this goes in your blood exposure kit bag. You put that in there. Okay, and then your biohazard Ziploc bag labeled biohazard with your double bag. So make sure and put another, like I said, double bag this one, and you're gonna be throwing all your trash in here. And then you're gonna put this in here. All right, and that is it. That is the last thing needed for our eyelash extension examination kit. Alrighty, and that is complete. That completes our eyelash extension examination kit. Okay, so we went over everything needed, all your supplies, how everything needs to be labeled, and how everything needs to be set up for your examination. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know. Shoot me an email. This is all, like I said, pretty self-explanatory, but if you have any questions, you're confused about something, please let me know. Like I said, I will link below. I went to go buy everything at Dollar General, but I will also link the label maker from Amazon below. That way you can know where to buy that. If not, you can buy one from Walmart, Michael's, Home Goods, Office Supply, wherever you decide to buy a label maker from, okay? But alrighty, so please make sure to follow the steps. Make sure if you need to write this all out, that way you know you're going to do everything. But I'm going to also send you a Google Doc with everything that needs to be in each Ziploc bag and how it needs to be labeled and what should be in there as well too, okay? But other than that, girly, good luck. You are ready to go. And now we're going to make another video on what's going to happen in our actual lash extension exam and how each step will be, because PSI is very step by step by step. So we want to make sure that we cover all our steps and understand everything, all right? So in our next video, I'm going to be showing you how the test is going to actually go and how to do each step throughout your eyelash extension practical exam, all right? So if you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, see you on the next module.